So there are two aldehyde groups. So for aldehyde group, the secondary suffix should name is al. So pentan, pentane. Okay, al. So here also the starting number is a. So remove this e. Alphabet alphabet a is a vowel. Hence we have to remove this e. Next, on which carbons these aldehyde groups are present? On first carbon and on fifth carbon. Hence 1 comma 5 di all. That means 2. Di means 2. All means aldehyde groups. Where they are located? They are located on first carbon and on fifth carbon. So we have to write the position of the these functional groups also. So on first carbon and on fifth carbon there are two. Altogether there are two aldehyde groups. All means aldehyde groups. So this is the name of this compound. Okay, right. Now we will learn one or two other more compounds. What is the name of this compound? See here the functional groups is it is not aldehyde functional group, it is ketone functional group. Suppose if there is carbon bonded with oxygen by double bond and two other carbons are attached, then it is not a chain terminating functional group. So only aldehyde is a chain terminating functional group, whereas ketone is not a chain terminating functional group. So it is present in the middle portion. Middle, that means at the center somewhere, that means in the inner portion, but not it is towards the end of the chain. So here it is not towards the end of the chain, it is present only somewhere in the middle, in the inner portion. So now this is one ketone group, another ketone group is there. So we have to give numbering in such a way that the ketone group should get a lowest possible number. So if I give numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, even from the opposite sides also, so it will give the same result, because here from here also, from this side, so from this side this ketone group is getting 2 number and this ketone group is getting number 5, and from left to right again it also it is giving 2 and 2 and 4, and in the opposite direction also 2 and 4. So we may go in any direction, we may give numbering in any direction, because both directions are getting the same thing. So now what is the name of this compound? So altogether how many carbons are there? 5 means penta. Okay, single bonds are present, hence pentane. See, for ketone functional group secondary suffix is one, we have to write it as one. So that means how many ones are there? 2 ketones, that means 2 ones are there. I mean we have to use dione. So on which carbon? Second and fourth carbon. So remove this E, because O is the starting letter. So second and fourth, okay, dione. So pentan 2,4-dione is the name of this compound. So like this, if two similar groups are present, then we have to mention that the 2 or 3 similar groups are present. We have to mention like this. Okay, di or tri. Suppose if there are more than 2 chain terminating functional groups, so so far we have learnt about alcohol and ketones only. But if chain terminating functional groups are present, if they are repeated for more than 2 times, what happens? So for that, IUPAC has given recommendation. So IUPAC 1993 recommendation says that IUPAC 1993 recommendation says that if more than two same chain terminating functional group. So remember, so we are talking about chain terminating functional group. Chain terminating functional group. So same chain terminating functional group. If more than two same chain terminating functional groups are present in a compound, okay, on an unbranched chain. So that means on an unbranched chain, compound having unbranched on an unbranched chain, okay. So unbranched chain, then remember that then the carbon atoms of functional group, carbon atoms of those functional groups, those means these functional group, chain terminating functional group, carbon atoms of those functional groups should not be treated, should not be treated as the part of those carbon atoms should not be treated as the part of parent chain. They should not be treated as the part of parent chain. Okay, and all other carbons in that chain should be counted for parent chain. Should be counted for parent chain. Should be counted for parent chain. If more than two same chain terminating functional groups are present on an unbranched chain, then okay, the carbon atoms of those functional groups, those means those same chain terminating functional groups, should not be treated as the part of the parent chain. So these carbon atoms should not be treated as, they do not become the part of the parent chain. Okay, not be treated. They not be treated as part of parent chain. And all other carbons in the chain, that chain should be counted for parent chain. So now let us take an example, then we can easily understand. For example, there is a compound like this. There is a compound like this. Somewhere see, COOH is a chain terminating functional group. COOH is a chain terminating functional group. Carboxylic acid, okay, it's a chain terminating functional group. See, this chain termination functional group, it is present for more than two times. Here it is in three times. If more than two same chain terminating functional groups are present, so here the same chain terminating functional group, it is present for more than two times, then these carbons, then the carbons of the chain terminating functional group, so these carbons, they should not be treated as the part of parent chain. And all other carbons, that means these carbons and all other carbons in that chain should be counted for parent chain. So now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what is the name of the parent chain? Only 5 carbons chain. Hence it is pent. It is pent, not a hept, or else not a oct. So it is simply pent, because these 3 carbons should be excluded from the parent chain. We should not add these carbons, because these three are chain terminating functional groups. If more than 2 chain terminating functional groups are there, then we should not count these carbons for the parent chain. For example, if it is like this, so here only two same functional groups are present, then these carbons will form the parent they become the part of the parent chain. Now the name is pent. Now the name is pent because only two same chain terminating functional groups are there. Okay, this is different, but here the condition is different. More than two. Here only two are present. So here more than two are present. So when then in the case where more than two same chain terminating functional groups are present on an unbranched chain, this is an unbranched chain. Okay, now these carbons should not be treated as a part of the parent chain. So all other carbons should be counted for the parent chain. So now the parent chain is pent only. So now give numbering 1, 2, 3. So on third carbon, here also from here also on third carbon. So I may give numbering from any side 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So where does these chain terminating functional groups are located? So one is on first carbon, one is on third carbon, and another one is on fifth carbon. Okay. So now, alright, the name of, because there are no substituents, that means there is no secondary prefix, there are no side chains, there is no branching, hence secondary prefix is absent in this. There are no other secondary grade functional groups also, hence secondary prefix is absent. So here root word is pent, and between carbons of the chain only single bonds, hence ane, pentane. Okay, pentane. So I'm writing, I'll start from here. So pentane. So these now the name of the secondary suffix will be like this. So for up to 2 we have to write oic acid. Up to two OH groups, then we have to write oic acid. If there is only one COOH group, then we have to write oic acid. If there are two COOH groups are present, then we have to write dioic acid. So if only one COOH group, if there is only one COOH group, then we have to write oic acid. If there are two COOH groups, we have to write dioic acid. So here there are three COOH groups. So what should we write? So here we have to write like this. We have to write tricarboxylic acid. So on which carbons there are these carboxylic acid are present? 1, 3, 5. So 1, 3, 5. Okay, tricarboxylic acids. Tricarboxylic acid. So remember the name. So here the secondary suffix name should be like this. If more than 2 COH groups are present in the parent chain, now we have to mention it as carboxylic acids, not as oic acid. We have to mention it as carboxylic acid. As there are 3, so I have mentioned it as a tricarboxylic acid. So 1,3,5 tricarboxylic acid. Right. So this is the name of the compound. Suppose if this COH group is present, on this carbon, then what is the name? So now we have to change the numbering. So same 3 COH groups are there, hence tricarboxylic acids only, acid. Okay, tricarboxylic acid only. But the number will change. 1, 2, 5. So 1, 2, 5. 1 comma 2 comma 5. Okay, 1 comma 2 comma 5 tricarboxylic acid. Tricarboxylic acid. So like this. We'll learn some more examples. Okay, right. So I'm removing this one. I'm rubbing it off. So this is about what? This is about when two or more same functional groups are present. Two or more same functional groups are present. So if two or more, if more than two same chain terminating functional groups are present, then IUPAC has given recommendation in 1993. So to follow in certain method. So already we have seen one example. Now we will look into one more example. Suppose so there are three aldehyde groups like this CHO aldehyde groups. So now chain terminating functional group. So these are aldehyde group is a chain terminating functional group. So now so these three carbons should not be included in the parent chain. So the other carbons present in the parent chain should be counted for the chain should be counted for the parent chain. So what is the parent chain now? Prop. The parent chain is prop. Okay, prop. And A between this carbon, between these three carbons. So there is only single bond, hence A. Okay. See, in the previous case we didn't remove E. In the previous example, here also no need of removing E, because for aldehydes, so we have to use carbaldehyde. So we have to use the name carbaldehyde. Sorry, car. So we have to use the name carbaldehyde. Okay. So hence, so the first letter is not a vowel. C, it is not a vowel. Hence, this A, this E will be retained in the name. So now, propane. So now give numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the numbering is same on either direction. It will be the same thing. So there won't be any change. Okay, same set of locants you will get from either directions. So we may use the numbering in any one of the direction. So it becomes it does not give any difference. So propane. So on first carbon, on third carbon, and on fifth carbon. So 1, 3, 5. Okay, tri, because there are three COH groups are there. So tricarbaldehyde. So this is the name of this functional group. This is the name of this compound. So now let us try another compound. Okay. So CN means cyanide. So this is cyanide functional group. So actually for cyanide groups we have to use nitrile as a secondary suffix for if only single cyanide is present. If two cyanide groups are present, then we have to mention it as a dinitrile. But here there are three cyanide groups. Or else simply this compound I may write like this also. 1, 2, 3, 4 carbons are present in the parent chain, and this is cyanide. This is also another cyanide, and somewhere on second carbon again cyanide. So I can this can be written like this also. So what is the name of this compound? Again, so these are the chain terminating functional groups CN, cyanide. So so here this carbon is connected to this parent chain. Okay, so CN, don't consider it as a NC, because here it is not connected like this. If it is connected like this, then we have to treat it as NC. So the connection is from carbon, hence we have to consider as CN group. Okay, so here also CN group and here also CN group. So we have to see from where the group is connected. So if the group is connected from C, then it is treated as cyanide. Okay, so it is cyanide. So don't read it as NC. It is CN only, because so this is a parent chain, and to this parent chain, so CN is connected through carbon. This parent chain is connected through carbon. This is connected to the parent chain. Hence we have to consider as CN only. Okay, don't read it as NC. Right. So CN, and these carbons should not be treated for the parent chain. So in the parent chain, how many carbons are there? 4 carbons only. Hence butane, butane. Suppose if 3 carbons are there, then we have to if the 3 cyanide groups are there, then we have to write like this. So here on first, so numbering 1 2 3 4 5 6, 1 2 3 4. So in this direction, this carbon is getting 3, but in this direction carbon is getting 4. Hence we have to follow from left to right only. Okay, to get lowest sum rule, or else lowest locant rule. So in this way the numbering should be given. So now butane 1 sorry, how many carbons are there? Only 4 carbons are there. 1 2 3 4. So on first carbon this cyanide, on second carbon cyanide, on fourth carbon cyanide. That means on first carbon, on second carbon, and on fourth carbon you will find cyanides. So how many cyanides? 3. So cyanides are called as a nitrile. So tricarbonitrile, you have to use this carbo, tricarbonitrile. Why should we use carbo? Because these carbons are not included in the parent chain. Then where should we mention these carbons? So we have to mention these carbons in the suffix. Okay, in the suffix name we have to mention the carbon. Here also carb. So because these 3 carbons are not considered in the parent chain. So then where these carbons should be considered? So here only we have to consider carb. So tricarb, 3 carbons. 3 carbons bearing aldehydes. So here 3 carbons bearing nitrile. So 3 carbons bearing cyanide groups. So tricarbonitrile. So this is the name of the compound. Right. Now let us see one more compound. Suppose 1 2 3 4 5 6 amide CONH2, and this carbon is also CONH2 amide. Okay, and somewhere CONH2 again. So these amides are amide. CONH2 means amide. It's a chain terminating functional group. Amide is also chain terminating functional group. So your chain terminating functional group, the same chain terminating functional group is repeated for more than 2 times. Hence these carbons, the carbon of the chain terminating functional group should not be treated as a part of the parent chain. So now the parent chain is only 4 carbon chain, and these amide groups are simply, they are attached to the parent chain. They should be treated as attached to the parent chains, but they are still they should be treated as suffixes only. Okay, so they should be treated as suffixes only, right? So this is the parent chain. How many carbons are there? 4 carbons. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So hence but again between carbons only single bonds in butane. So here uh, this one normally we'll call it as amide. If only one COH group is called, it is called amide. If two, diamide. If more than two amide groups are present in the parent chain, in that compound, if more than two amide groups are there, then we have to use carboxamide. We have to use carboxamide. We have to use the name carboxamide. So how many are there? 3. So where? On first carbon, on second carbon, and on fourth carbon. 1, 2, 4 try carboxamide. Tricarboxamide. Okay, like this. So what is this one? This is secondary suffix. N is primary suffix. This is root word. So this is the name of the compound. So like this, IUPAC has given in 1993, the recommendation of IUPAC has given like this. So according to IUPAC 1993 recommendation, so these three, when the same chain terminating functional groups are repeated for more than 2 times, then the carbons which are present in the chain terminating functional group should not be counted for the parent chain. So they should be given separate name like this carboxamide, so carboxylic acid, or else carbonitrile. So like that. Okay, carbaldehyde, carbonitrile, like that. So now let us learn one more compound. So COCl means it is called as chloro halo acid. So it is called as halo acid. Okay, acid halide generally we will call it as acid halide. So now this one is called as carbonyl chloride. So it is called as carbonyl chloride. So how many? There are 3 carbonyl chlorides are there. So one more COCl. So there are 3 carbonyl groups. So this carbonyl chloride, it is attached through the carbon. Here also it is attached through the carbon. Here also it is attached through the carbon. So these are 3 similar chain terminating functional groups. Hence the name of this compound will be like this. So here only 3 carbon parent chain is present, hence propane. Okay, propane 1, 2, 3 on first carbon and second carbon, and on third carbon these same this carbonyl chloride are present, hence on first carbon, second carbon and third carbon. So as there are 3, we have to use the tricarbonyl chloride. So this is the name, tricarbonyl chloride. Okay, so this is the name of the compound, right? So in this way we have to give the naming. So when naming to the compounds, when the same chain terminating function groups are repeated for 2 or more times. So one more example we will learn. suppose if it is like this, ester is present. Suppose if ester group is repeated for more than 2 times, so like this. So this is ester. Okay. One more COO, CH3, the same, and again here also COO, CH3. Okay, so this is one ester, another ester, and another ester. So this is called as methyl esters. Methyl esters. Methyl, because methyl group is present attached to this ester. So methyl. How many methyls are there? 3 methyls are there. So what is the name of this compound? So first carbon, second carbon, third carbon. See, for esters, always remember that in the previous example also we have seen. So the in esters, so this particular group which is attached to the ester, so always should be written in the first, in the beginning. So in the beginning of the name. So how many are there? So there are 3 methyl groups are there. Hence trimethyl. Okay, trimethyl. Trimethyl. The parent chain is 3 carbon. So propane. Okay, propane. Okay. So now these ester groups. Ester groups means carboxylate. So we generally will call it as carboxylate. Ester. For ester, what is ester? If it is COOR, R means alkyl group, maybe methyl or ethyl or propyl, anything. So for COO, that means it will be like this. The structure will be like this: CO, C double bond O, again O, and here R is present. So in our case, COO CH3. So instead of R, we have written it as CH3. So now this is ester. Ester. I mean this is an ester. Okay, this is ester part, another ester, another ester. The same esters are repeated for more than 2 times. So now, if it is ester, so the R group it should be written at the beginning as a secondary prefix. Before the writing the root word only, we have to write that name. And the other things you have to write now. So propane. Now, other part of the this functional group should be mentioned here like this. So here it is called as tricarboxylate. So on first carbon, on second carbon, and on third carbon, so you will find tricarboxylate. So this is the IUPAC name of this compound. Trimethyl propane. Okay, so actually remember that. So this entire thing should be written in a single word only, because IUPAC name always should be written in a single word. How long the length of the chain, length of the name may be, so it should be written in a single word. Tricarboxylate. Trimethyl propane 1, 2, 3 tricarboxylate. So this is the name of the compound. Right. So in this way, we can learn the naming, how to write the name of a compound containing 2 or more same function groups. Right. Now another special case. Let us learn a special case. See, look here. Suppose if it is like this. Somewhere here double bond is there. Okay, COOH. Now, what is the name of this compound? So, in order to name this compound, we have to find the longest carbon chain, continuous carbon chain, which includes the maximum number of multiple bonds and the functional groups. It should include the functional group as well as the maximum number of multiple bonds. So now this is the chain. If I consider this as the chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Suppose if I consider this one as chain 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So now I have to consider this one as the chain, longest chain. But still the thing is, here the multiple bond is left over in the other part of the in the other part. So now, so actually it should not be it should also be considered in the parent chain only, but here there is no chance. So in that case, this is a side chain, it remains in the side chain. Now this side chain, though it is not having any branching, but still this side chain, it is considered as the complex side chain only, or else complex substituents. Though it is not a branched side chain, still it is considered as a complex side chain, and we have to write this name, this side chain name in the bracket, because complex side chain should be written in the bracket. So remember. Okay, so now give the name of this compound. So here numbering should be done. So here the first carbon functional group, so hence the always functional group should the carbon bearing the functional group should get lowest possible number. So as it is a chain terminating functional group, so the number 1 should be given to this one. First carbon, second carbon, third carbon, fourth carbon. This will become the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th and 9th. So now give the name of the compound. So how many? 9. 9 carbons means in. Okay, known. So now here no, 9 means known. Known. So oic acid is present, and here double bond in the here if you see the carbon chain, there is a double bond. See, when there is a double bond in the chain somewhere, at least at one place, if double bond is present, at least if at one place if the double bond is present, then we should not write in. We should not write in. So what we have to write? In. We have to write in. Depending upon the number of double bonds, we have to mention it as either in, or for 2 double bonds we have to mention it as adiene. If 3 double bonds are there, we have to mention it as atriene. So here, as there are 2 double bonds, so we have to mention it as only 1 double bond is present, hence we have to mention it as in. So on which carbon? In is present on 6th carbon. On 6th carbon, so we should not treat this carbon now. So we, when double bond is there between the 2 carbons, so we have to mention the carbon which is present in the least carbon name only. We have to mention the least locant name only. We have to mention. So we have to mention the least locant. So known in. Now it is in, not in, because there is here if only single bonds are present throughout this length of the chain, we have to mention it as in. But here in is not working because double bond is there in the chain. So as there is a double bond, so now we have to mention in. So on which carbon the in is present? On 6th carbon. So known 6 in. Okay, 6 in, right. Again, so this is oic acid. Carboxylic acid means oic acid. So that means on first carbon oic acid is present. On first carbon oic acid is the first carbon is oic acid. So 1 oic acid. Remember that. So it is a oval, hence we have to remove this E. This E should be removed. So I am writing like this: in. So known 6 in, 1 oic acid, and here this the other part of the compound is also present. So we have to mention this one. So this is treated as a complex substituent because double bond is there. So if as double bond is present, though it is a non-branched side chain, but still we have to consider as a complex chain, and we have to mention in the bracket. So how many carbons are there? 4. 4 means butyl. Actually it should be butyl, but as there is a double bond, so butynyl, we have to butynyl. Otherwise we will simply, if it is like this, then we will mention it as butyl, but due to the presence of double bond here, so you have to mention it as butynyl. So butynyl. So on which carbon the double bond is present? So on which carbon the double bond is present? So now you count 1, 2, 3, 4. So on third carbon, 1, 2, on third carbon, the double bond is present. Hence, 3 butynyl, or else simply butyl-3-enyl. I'll write like this: but-3-enyl, but-3-enyl. Okay, but-3-enyl. Next, so this but-3-enyl is present on which carbon? On fourth carbon. So 4 but-3-enyl known. Okay, so actually it should be continuous known. Known 6. So this is the name of the compound. Okay, right. See, sometimes, okay, so in the next video we will learn about the rules for naming of organic compounds containing 2 or more different functional groups. Or more different functional groups are present, and also rules for naming of functional groups if multiple bonds, side chains and functional groups are present. So we will learn in the next video.